Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the MU2U web series. I'm Jessica Erickson, and I am the wedding and event coordinator for the Memorial Union. I know things look a little different for us today as we don't have our trusty host, Ashley Snyder, with us, but I will be today's host, and we are on part 3 of our wedding series. So we have our special guest today is Grace Hoynes, who is our special events assistant and assists me with all of the wedding related things in the event management office at the MU. So I want to thank you, Grace, for being with us today and welcome. Grace, do you want to tell us a little bit more about yourself and what your position is like at the special events as a special events assistant and kind of what your responsibilities are?
Sure. So yeah, my name is Grace. Like Jess said, I'm going into my 4th year at Iowa State, which is super exciting. I'm majoring in event management, and then I have a minor in general business also. I'm the special events assistant, and I've been working in the EMO office. Gosh, I started in August of last year, so we're coming up on a year pretty soon. So that's really exciting. Some responsibilities that I have with Jess as the assistant are just really helping her with anything that she needs. I do a lot of work with social media for our weddings, Instagram and Facebook. I do a lot on Pinterest and gathering up fun trends, and knowing what's going on in the industry is really important to be able to relate to clients and stuff. So that's been really fun. I communicate with vendors through email. I compile up vendor lists for Jess so that we can be prepared for any styled shoots or wedding expos that we'll be planning or up in the works. Yeah, just fun jobs like that. So.
Yes, thank you so much. So you're kind of talking about social media and that being one of your main responsibilities. How do you engage with students in the community and potential brides on social media, and kind of what tools do you use to kind of assist you with doing that social media planning and management?
Yeah, okay. So I guess engaging with students, I'm involved on campus, so it's kind of aside from social media. But I definitely do let them know, like, hey, I work with the weddings on campus. You guys should totally be aware of what's going on our social media. And I kind of plug it like, hey, MU Weddings, go follow us. But with clients and with vendors and things like that, just being really active and following their accounts on Instagram and social media and like Facebook as well, like being aware what they're posting, commenting, liking on all of their things to let them know that, hey, we love what you're doing. Also just being unafraid to, DM them like, hey, I love everything that you're doing. We should work together sometime. Or just shooting them an email, letting them know that we have this event coming up. We're going to be doing an expo. We would love for you to join us. And also with brides and things like that, we have the Knot and we have Wedding Wire too that we're active on, and just being able to go onto those sites and reading through reviews or answering any questions over email that they may have regarding our venue is important. So.
Yeah, and you've done a really great job about keeping all of our photos up to date and going through our accounts on the Wedding Wire and the Knot and just making sure everything is really current, which is a huge, it's really helpful to me because those are kind of things that are easy to kind of overlook or forget about when you're busy with other things. But in reality, that's one of the more important things, is to make sure all your photos and information is current, because that's what potential brides are seeing first. So Grace is amazing at handling all of those things. Kind of switching gears a little bit, before you were the special events assistant, you worked in the office, even just as our front desk assistant. So you've been with the event management office for about a year, as you said. What are some of the benefits, whether it was in your special events assistant position or at the front desk, of kind of being behind the scenes? So working with those room requests, doing diagramming, those types of things in the event management office, and then being on the front side of the events during weddings, wedding expos, and styled shoots. Kind of what are the benefits of seeing both sides?
Oh, so many. Working as an office assistant first was really critical to like moving into the event assistant position, because having that experience, it gives you a complete like background to get you ready for those events. Like moving into a styled shoot or an expo or a wedding or something, you already have a really detailed picture of what this event is going to look like. You have an idea of the setup in the room. You know exactly what time things are going to be happening. So you kind of already have a schedule in the back of your mind from setting it all up in our event planning software and doing all the diagrams. So you kind of have a one up going into the event. And also, being an events assistant, we get really great experience at just chatting with clients or chatting with people who work for the university or student organizations and figuring out their specific needs for their event. So being able to cultivate those relationships with the people that you're working for and with is super helpful and important just moving forward into my professional life.
Yes, I 100% agree. I think whether it's working with weddings, a special events assistant, or just working with our front desk and helping walk-in clients, I think that our students get a really valuable experience of just being really forced into that professional situation of talking to people, sharing information. And I think kind of a theme I hear from our students is that it really builds their confidence in just their communication skills and being able to have that professional communication. So I think you hit it right on the head. So how have all of these experiences that you've talked about really prepared you for your future career?
Wow. I don't think that I've gotten a better experience so far to like get me ready for post graduation than working in the office. Um, I learned like bare bones, like setup types and email etiquette. Like I learned all of that in the office before I even attended a class at Iowa State about event management. So that really just started all of my knowledge before going into all of those courses. So having that really just helped me get in gear for sitting down in the lecture hall, like starting to learn about events for the first time. So that was really great. It also is kind of preparing me for potentially like the sitting down at a computer, like the office lifestyle. I haven't really like been around that too much yet in my life. And so that's kind of been a really cool setting to work in, getting me ready for those next steps after graduation. And also just like creating such awesome relationships with my coworkers and you, Jess, and Ashley, and Wong, and Seth, who also work in the office, the full timers there. It's been so fun to be able to just sit down and just talk with you guys about life and just professional experience that you guys have acquired throughout the bigger events that we host in the MU. Yeah, it's just been really fun. I love working there.
Yay, well, that's what we love to hear. We will end on a fun one today. So, what has been your favorite memory of working at the Memorial Union? It can be from any of your time and experience as a student employee.
Yes, there are lots. I think this memory will be probably, it's an easy one for you to remember, Jess, but this past spring we had a styled shoot and I was just there helping out, as I wasn't the special event assistant yet. I was just ready to help out, volunteer, do what I can. And with the weather, because Iowa has some pretty nasty weather, there were some models that weren't able to show up. And so I was just thrown in a bridesmaid's dress and full face makeup, and my hair was done. So all day I was getting photos taken with beautiful, beautiful flowers and just, oh my gosh, it was amazing. Everything was set up like a wedding shoot and so boho. So fun. Got to have fun with all of the models. I don't think I've ever had that much makeup on in my life. I don't know if I'll ever have that much makeup on again in my life, but it was so fun to just hop in and feel fancy for a little bit. And like getting the behind the scenes of all of that was an experience I didn't think that I would have. So that's probably my favorite memory.
I was wondering if that would be your favorite one.
Yes.
That was a super fun day, and Grace was such a trooper, just went with the flow, jumped right in, and we actually learned so much from having you kind of really immersed in it and hearing feedback from photographers on a more close basis. So we actually learned a lot from that situation. So I'm glad you enjoyed it as well. That is all for today. Thank you so much, Grace, for joining us. And thank you, everyone, for watching another episode of MU to You. We will see you next week.
Bye.